we're making it happen. It's today, it's Sunday, September 8th. Sunday, September 8th. We're going day by day here. It's pretty good. Been doing some little segments in the morning during my workout, during my walk, and it's been pretty amazing so far. So I do things first for me, and then after that, I think it ends up really working. So anyway, join in at some point if you definitely feel like if you're up early, it's there. Health Dads, always talking about it, making sure that it's working for you guys. I am back, Robbie. I am back. I'm back home. This is it, though. This is the bread and butter. Daily Dads. That's what kicked it all off, and it's helping us out. So we might get a little Blaze. We might get a little bit of Jason. We might get a little bit of everything in here. And if you guys want to hop up. Jason, just got to give you another link. Use it. All right. Well, we're here. All right. Good morning. Can you hear me, Jason? No?
Sorry, I'm turning the volume off my Twitch tab so I can hear in my StreamYard tab.
So many tabs, so many things. I'm feeling a little bit overwhelmed right now with this switch over to StreamYard, but loving it. So I've been really happy, actually. But it is a changing devices and all those kind of things, but it's working. And, at the end of the day, I just want to make sure that whatever I'm doing is giving my life value, and it has been. So it's been pretty good. I've been happy.
Good. Yeah, I like that. That's a good goal. Cut out the chaff, make everything count.
It does. I think making everything count is going to be important. I shared a really great podcast this morning.
I saw it. I saw your podcast. Well, actually, I saw the middle 5 minutes.
Oh.
I didn't watch the whole thing. Sorry.
No, it's okay. It wasn't that podcast. It was another podcast, which was, I'm just going to share because I always forget her name. And I was going to share it as my value add and the other voice that I would like people to kind of check in on. But I didn't want to add her because it wasn't really aligned with everything I wanted. But it was a great podcast I had worked out to this morning, and it was really good. And her name, she is a doctor. It's all about parenting. Really good. Where you at? Where'd you go? There it is. Dr. Elisa Pressman, right? Dr. Elisa Pressman. The podcast is called Raising Good Humans. And it was really good because you're talking about cutting out the chaff. I heard you when you said that. And I think what I liked most about it, is this view good? Is that view better or worse? That's better. She was talking about with someone else, another person.
Yeah, go back. This is way too close.
Is it too close?
This is way too early for me to be zoomed in that morning.
But I feel like this is so far away.
Too early for me. There we go.
No, but you're
too early for portrait mode.
But the thing that was great, they were saying it was all about overachievement. And I liked it because it was like it was kind of talking about how kids get measured by their parents and how overachievement can be overwhelming and then can become kind of negative. But again, what you said before about cutting out the chaff, what I liked about it was that it talked about how to evaluate your kind of what you value or what your kid sees that you value in your family and in your world, which I thought was pretty cool. And so what she had talked about was there was 4 things to evaluate and to maybe see what your kids see you placing most value in. And there were 4 things that she mentioned. And she mentioned here that it's take a look at your child's calendar and see where you put most of the time for them to do things. So if it's sports, well, obviously they're going to probably think that you value sports most. If it's school and tutoring, if it's, family time or camping, like look at your kid's calendar and see what's going on. And I would just say, like, if someone is looking to kind of take out the extra there, which is kind of like, I think a necessary thing for us as individuals, but valuing certain things. And I was like, no, the morning thing I was valuing. So it's not something I would cut out, but I would cut out like hanging out with people like really late right now. It's just kind of what I value. But the other thing around valuing and what your kids see, where and what you spend money on for them, I thought was pretty an interesting thing just to evaluate it. Cause like, have you actually seen like how much money you spend like on horses, or how much money you spend on soccer, or how much money you spend on wherever you're going to spend it. But then the third thing was, what do you ask your child about? Like when you pick them up from school, what's the first thing that you ask? Because the first thing that you ask them is likely what they see you valuing the most, which I thought was an interesting thing. And then the fourth thing, what you argue with them about. It doesn't have to be bad. I always see conflict. I see arguing. I see all those kind of things as a great thing, just because I think it can kind of get people thinking about what they value just on their personal level and everything else. But if you are arguing me, like I argue table manners and nutrition with my kids all the time, and by arguing, I mean like it's what we kind of bring up the most, and maybe we like butt heads on. But they're like, oh, dad values nutrition. So I think all those things were really good. But with those, like, what do you argue with your kids the most about, do you think?
I would say iPad time.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's not arguing, it's debating and compromising,
Yeah.
which is really annoying because I think all that you just talked about that's a great point. Like the calendar point's great. And the thing that seems to be the most contention, iPads. Like, when they get home from school, they get like an hour. If me and Kristen are tired, they get like maybe 2 hours where we take a nap. Or like we went on a date last night. Like I think it's maybe our 4th date this year in 2024.
Oh, nice.
And yeah, like Kira's old enough to watch, and we're like, yeah, have some iPad time. Go ahead. And then Sundays. So these like today, Sundays are no tech Sunday, which has been working really well for like the past few months. That kind of gives me and Kristen a little bit of peace of mind that we're being responsible parents with that.
Nice.
But I'd say the calendar, I'd say right now is on sports, and me and you grew up playing a lot of sports, which I found out I'm not really a big fan of. Like I like sports, it's important, but that was like 90% of our childhood, right?
Yeah.
And
yeah.
Kira played one season of competitive soccer where it was driving all over the Front Range out here. And after like the second week, I'm like, you know what? I always thought we'd do this, but I do not like it. So with this season and the middle school schedule, that's different. That is a different beast. She's playing soccer and then she's playing volleyball for school. And I want her to do that, but I'm also being very mindful of telling her that this is only for like a month and a half of a super busy schedule, and then we can chill a bit. Like there's got to be an end to it. Like it's all good stuff. It's going to be hard. There's going to be I told her there's going to be days where you don't feel like doing it, and that's normal. And those are the days where you kind of have to push through and follow the commitment through. So I would say the sports maybe are secondary. The commitment is primary.
Yeah, because I was going to ask you, what is it you value the most? I think it's the commitment. Yeah, I think it does. And I think it's important to make sure it's like, I think we go towards sports really quickly, but the commitment to a robotics class, or commitment to showing up to, the community garden over here, or, showing up for your friends, I think is still a great way to do it. But it's a great point. I think we can definitely talk about it another day, even further. But let's do some gratitude. What are you grateful for right now? Because we're gonna let the couch talk in a sec.
Yeah, I appreciate Craig reminding us to do that.
Craig's really good at it. So is Nate.
And Nate, yeah,
strong.
So one thing I'm grateful for is I had like a very busy pet portrait month, which was a good reminder. I was going through my emails and I saw that Dom sent me his picture of his pet, because I have this contest tomorrow. But I had a handful of clients, which was not friends or family. And I asked where they found me, and they're kind of like all over the internet. So that's been fun. I'm grateful for that work kind of manifesting itself.
That's awesome, man. Yeah, I know you put in a lot of work there, so it was totally, I think, worth the effort and the time. We got Blaze in the chat right now. Blaze, we're going through gratitude.
All right, what's up, guys?
Tag team. I'm getting coffee.
Blaze, you are lake housing it.
We are at the lake house, man. Look at that.
Go back a little bit. That doesn't help. Nice. Looks beautiful.
How are you?
There. Good, good. It is. It's a good Sunday, and I feel like I'm still transitioning into like out of summer into regular schedule. I was gonna say I feel like I'm there. I'm not. I'm not there yet. I'm still working through it. It feels a little bit challenging still. So we'll make it.
And how many days this week did your kids go back to school?
2 days.
Same here. It's like it's such a tease, but it's like Labor Day and all that stuff. But well, I'm excited for this week.
Nice. I like that. I'm also you know what? I'm not excited. It's a busy week because I threw all of my clients into like one day, and then we're going camping. We're going up to Acadia, but I'm feeling a little stressed. I think that's what it is. I think the transition's hard because I'm not transitioning. I'm like doing something new and different. So we'll see what's happening. But I know that gratitude for me, I wrote down this morning before I went out. I was really grateful that yesterday I was doing some solo parenting. My wife was with friends for one of their birthdays, and that was awesome. But I was really grateful that my oldest daughter had some friends in the building that she was able just to go, open the door and hang out with. Because I know for myself, I'm not the most social person in person, and so I like that she has that outlet and she can just do that and run around. It's kind of like a little neighborhood inside a building. It's pretty cool. So that's got. And then for the couch over here, I started to put this up before. But we got Craig over here. Craig is grateful for the overwhelming support everyone has given to myself and the family this week. So much going on. We had emails, we had messages. All those things were great. So thanks for sharing that. We had Nate over here. Share the gratitude, but he shared our gratitude down below, or his gratitude down below. Purpose of knowing, serving the household purpose, and getting things done around the house this weekend. And my darling wife, knowing. Are we gnoming? Are we gnoming right now? How to use logic in discussion when I want to go for a ride and use her logic to remind me when it's not a good idea. Man, that's a lot in your head right now. Yeah, that's. I also agree, Craig. It does sound like Nate is somewhat in the doghouse right now. So, and maybe you can give us a little bit of. Anne just showed up. Good morning. You can give us a little bit of there for Nate. And then Robbie was over here grateful for family time this weekend. Older grandsons eating pancakes while we are on here. Nice. What goes in your pancake? Do you guys put anything in your pancake? I feel like Blaze would put something in his pancake.
Oh, chocolate chips.
Chocolate chips.
My daughter
When
won't eat pancakes.
you put it in your pancake, I feel like I always burn the chocolate.
You just got to be quick.
Yeah, you're right. Maybe I just gotta be better. I'll try it. We'll see. Anne and Jason are here. All right. Did you guys do the reading for today? Did you guys see what the meditation was? It's a fun one, and I was so glad that Blaze just popped in because this is Blaze's stuff right now. And if you have not seen what Blaze did recently with his kids, you got to go check it out.
Oh, I didn't read yet today.
I got it. I got you because you have to be here for this. Okay.
I was very happy.
I feel that's one of those
very
massive
happy.
buildups, and I just ruined it. This is one of 2 mornings that I just haven't because I sit snooze on my alarm.
There never is an expectation. There's never anything. There's no judgment, anything like that when we show up, because we're just showing up for each other, and that's all that has to happen. I can't tell what the best angle is right now. Maybe we'll do it right here for a second. So Blaze, this is why I love today, and I was hoping that you were going to come in. So September 8th, are you bringing this home? This is good for like the V Friends community too. But this really talks about Orville and Wilbur Wright, bicycle salesman in Ohio. What it gets down to, Blaze, and why I want this and so important for you, is because these two guys, they weren't engineers, but they really just were able to make sure that what they did is that they built, what did they build again? I just want to make sure. Was it, this isn't the Wright brothers, was it? What did they build, Jason?
The plane. They built the first plane ever.
Was it, is this the Wright brothers? Is that who it is? So, but it basically is talking about the Wright brothers and creation of this amazing part of our history. But it all started when their father brought home a toy, and their father.
I love that.
He was someone who truly believed that, like, he didn't value education as much as he valued the idea of kids learning from playing with toys. And so their father would always bring toys home, and it came from the father bringing home a toy helicopter, and that's where their interest came from. And so Ryan Holiday says here, we spend a lot of time in introducing our kids to the world of ideas, but let's also carve out some time to bring home cool toys. I mean, this is like all Be Friends people right now. We're all just playing with toys, right? So our kids get played with toys or not. But toys with educational value, toys that teach them about cultures, toys that get them interested in flight or science or math or history or technology, toys that are in and of themselves vessels for ideas. And he ends it with, who knows what might come from their exploration of fun. Blaze, are your kids going to play human crane game, and are they going to go change the world now?
You never know. My back, I think, is broken from hovering those kids over the pack and play. And I need to find the guy that, if you guys haven't, I put a little video on X yesterday. There's a human crane that you can do. I saw it on Instagram yesterday, and I was watching my 3 kids and my niece and my nephew, and I'm like, what a great idea. So we spent 30 minutes going through the house and finding all the stuffies, putting together the pack and play and putting them in there, and then dipping each kid in the pack and play and bringing out a stuffy. And they kind of did it at VCon. I don't know if they did it last year, but I know the year before, where they like dipped you in and you could pull out stuffies. But it's pretty cool. And it was just a lot of fun. And are they better because of it? I don't know. Did you have fun doing it, Bryson?
Yeah.
What was the best part? Stuffies, yeah.
Nice.
But so thank you for bringing that up. I didn't show the whole video because my niece and nephew are in it, and I don't want to talk to my sister-in-law about, hey, I'm going to put this video online. But anyways, I did want to say with toys, and we're talking about reading this month, like, I always find it interesting. You take the toy, you give it to the child, and they might use it in a completely different way than it's like supposed to be used for. Like, I think of The Little Mermaid when Ariel has the fork and she thinks it's a hairbrush, so she's like brushing her hair with the fork. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Hoppeldinger.
Okay.
What do you call it? The Hoppeldinger? Appeldinger?
Yeah. No, okay, yeah, you're right, yeah. But also with reading, most of these toys comes with instructions. So I like to give it to them, see what they do with it, and then say, oh no, you're supposed to do it this way. Or this isn't how it is intended to do, but you can do whatever you want. So
Yeah, I hear that. I think that is, what was the, just because it's kind of attaching it to just a question I think is going to be good. What was the last toy that you guys brought home for your kids?
The most recent toy that I brought home that I wanted to play with were the at the Ace Hardware up the road. They sell those mini styrofoam planes.
Yeah.
and they're really crappy. But I think once every 3 months I buy a new set of three, mostly because I want to play with them. Uh,
I think that's the important thing, though. If I feel like you wanting to play with it probably lets the kids know that it's a cool thing to play with because dad wants to. Because it goes back to that other reading, whenever it was, that we are the toy, and they don't really care what you do with them, but at the same time, like the toy itself, I'm sure it's going to teach them something.
Yeah.
I like that idea. Blaze, what was the last toy that you ended up bringing home?
Does getting it from Amazon count?
Yeah, totally.
What'd you get in the mail yesterday, buddy?
Stuffy.
What stuff did you get?
I just don't want to talk about it.
Okay. You got Bullet Bill in the mail, which is like, does anybody know who Bullet Bill is?
No, I don't. What is
The
it?
Mario Brothers.
Yeah, from Mario Brothers. Because Bryson really likes Mario, and he had like a Mario stuffy collection, which is really cool. And so he wanted Bullet Bill, and he's this like little bullet with arms, and he like flies around. So he's like flying it around our house yesterday, and it's really cute. And
That's
But
awesome.
when he touches the ball explode.
yeah, so he explodes.
I love that idea. I'm trying to think the last toy that I ended up bringing home, and I'm trying to think outside of like V-Friends world. But I feel like the last things that I was really bringing home were the minis, and then before that was like beach toys. I ended up getting some beach toys. I found some. I brought them home. We were playing with them. That was definitely I think the last thing. Maybe you know what? I got to be a little more creative. I have to go out, maybe bring a toy home, play with the girls a little bit, something a little bit different and fun. Maybe I'll get something different for game time. Okay, I got to go. I need to be more fun. I need to be more fun.
My favorite toy that our dad brought home. I think we were a little bit older. Remember when we went through like a model rocket phase?
Oh yeah, that was fun.
I was at the park yesterday, and I saw some people setting those off,
Yeah,
and I was like, we got to do model rockets.
those were fun.
Because those are fun, and that was 100% a toy that Dad wanted to play with first.
Well, I remember Dad also went through a phase of wanting to get those little race cars, and then we went to some tracks, and then he would race them.
Yeah,
I don't know if you remember.
slot car tracks.
Yeah, that was like a fun. I think the rockets I felt a part of. When I think the cars I did not feel a part of. I was like, I feel like that was completely for Dad. But it did show his fun side, because like Dad I know is like a really fun, gregarious type of guy, and he also likes his alone time. But I feel like it was fun to see him, kind of play as a kid again. I thought that was a really cool thing. Blaze, did your parents have like toys or things around or interests like that?
My dad sold cars for the first like 10 years of my life, and so
Yeah.
like 3 or 4 days a week he'd get home at like 9 p.m. But sometimes he'd stop at the dollar store and like grab us stuff. And I remember one day in particular he got us kids have them these days too, but they're like books with stickers, and you like build pictures with them. Like you take the sticker and you put it like in the number cubed, and it's just like, and it makes a picture. You guys ever see those?
Oh yeah,
I don't
like
know
a
what they're
mosaic,
called, though.
like kind of like a mosaic sticker picture.
I don't
They're all like triangles.
Yeah.
Angular stickers.
Yep. From the dollar store though, they were all squares, but I thought they were just still cool that you could like take these stickers and like build all out these like pictures. And so I think that's one of the things that jumped into my mind.
Look at that pink car, Hazel. That car looks so awesome.
Since we're coming up to 7 here with 5 minutes left, to wrap this back to the story about toys, Hazel, what kind of car do you see on the road the most? What? Teslas. Now, I don't know where this is going for the rest of her life, but she can recognize a Tesla from 500 yards away. She can.
Aw.
Oh wow.
I drive a GMC, and my wife drives a Chevy, and she knows all of the cars, all the symbols.
Yeah,
So we'll see where that goes.
it's fun.
That's the stick from this. Nath brought it up. That was a good reminder. This the end of the story with the stick. Like that provides more education than sitting in a room with a book. Which
Wait, what was
as a
it?
teacher,
What was
at
the stick
at
for?
the I don't have my book, but at the end of the text, it said like a stick. You wrote it down here. Where did it go? Stick bringing the same, if not more, educational value as that of a teacher. Oh, of a teacher? No, I'm not going to be compared to a stick, Nate. But I do get that value for sure, like a thing that they can play with. Playtime. Playtime is much more valuable to a kid than anything that an adult thinks is good for them. But where was I going with that? Yeah, give your kids a stick, give them a toy, give them something that they can build some interest in.
I like that idea.
You
I'm
want a
gonna.
stick, Bryson?
This is Blaze. This is giving a little bit more love to Hobby Dad. I think I have to go get a Lego set. We gotta do. We
I
gotta do
know
some.
that they're like 60, but what are they?
What's that, Brayson?
Oh, sorry. Oh, he was asking me what a stick was, because I was just thinking about stickers, and we transitioned into sticks, and so just like the ones you always try to poke your brother with.
Thanks. Okay. Well, toys, guys, toys. I know we're almost at time here, but I like today's
What were you
reading.
saying about Hobby Dad?
Oh, I want to get some Legos so we can play. I feel like I'm having this feeling of needing to bring a toy home and show my kids how to play. What's up, Junie? So that I'm kind of playing with them in a certain way. I feel like it's definitely going to set some time for us tonight. So, but Hobby Dad, I want to make it a thing. I want to play with you.
Let's get it on the calendar.
I want you to teach me about Legos.
I can do Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday night.
Maybe Tuesday night. That could be cool.
All right, yeah, let me know because Heather's out of town, and I'm not teaching nights right now.
Okay, cool. All right, guys. Any last thoughts right now?
Hey, play with
Everyone
some
enjoy
toys.
your kids and your day.
And watch these doors.
Bryson said.
Watch The Doors. Junie likes The Doors.
I like those.
Hazel.
Get a toy today, everybody. Get a new toy and playing with it.
I'm not Junie.
Sorry, Hazel. Whatever your name is.
It's gonna happen. All right.
Bye,
Right now. All right. Well, guys,
Bro, too intense.
the Coffee Mug today. Coffee and your heart's gratitude. We love you all, and we will see you tomorrow morning. All right, guys. Take care. Happy Sunday.
everybody.
Bye.
Bye.